Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
It's gonna be an amazing trip, man.
Yeah, have you been?
I haven't. I have a friend who goes like somewhat regularly. It's
Like 6 months or 8 months, something like that.
Well, no, he'll go like he's been there. He has a friend who lives out there.
Oh, okay.
So he goes like he's been 2 or 3 different times.
Oh, okay,
Every
gotcha.
time he comes back, he's like, "Man, you gotta come out." Here.
Yep.
Like,
Yo, it's your boy Ben, aka Himothy, aka Black Lightning, aka the #1 ore farmer in my entire city. Nah, but for real, woke up, packed nothing but the essentials, nothing but the most essential for the trip. Dropped off the car at my homie's place because it's a lot closer to the airport. The Uber was really dope, really cool guy. We had a really good conversation the entire drive. I thought I was gonna be late, and as you can see, like the line was looking really long, so I was like, oh, I might not have a lot of time, but I ended up having plenty of time, so much so that I started wandering. Yeah, even here I was just wandering aimlessly. I'm like, hey, what's this? I almost want to get a coffee just so I can see the robot make it, but I don't drink coffee or tea. Anyways, trying to take a more proactive approach when it comes to traveling. Colombia was just happened to be first on the list for many reasons. I started to get a little hungry, and then I was like, nah. And then I got to this spot. What was this called? Oh yeah, this is Einstein Bagels or whatever. I don't even think I've had a bagel before, but I was like, oh yeah, Einstein Bros Bagels. And I was like, look, I got like an hour and a half before my flight. Let's try something. Let's start off the trip with something new. I forgot what I got. All I know is that it had like a lot more jalapenos than I remember. And I don't know. I'm not normally I'm a jalapeno guy, but in the morning it was kicking my and I did not have a drink, and I refused to buy a drink off of the principle of airports price gouging drinks and pretty much everything else. Luckily, I was able to get a window seat, so that was pretty nice. Always makes for a pretty good view, especially when the weather is as on point as it was. And just in case anyone was wondering, this was not a direct flight. You know, your boy ballin' on a budget. Flew from Austin to Houston and then to Colombia. For whatever reason, that's a lot cheaper that way. So if you know, you know. Airplane food, if you've traveled enough, you already know what to expect. You can't really be disappointed. The reason this episode is called The Turning Point is because, you know, a lot of times we'll procrastinate and just put stuff off, and we'll be like, hey, I'll do this later, I'll go to this event next year, and so on and so forth. But eventually, something's gotta give. Even if you gotta go solo, dolo, with the homies, with the gotta do what you gotta do. Landed in Colombia around 9 to 10 p.m. And what you're seeing here is probably the worst custom lines of all time. I was stuck in this line for like 2.5 hours. It was absolutely brutal. Then I met up with the fam at the airport. If you don't know, this is pretty much all you need to know.
Bro, I told you that line was long, right? I told you. You thought you were trolling? Who's trolling?
Headed back to the crib, and that's when I got introduced to the guardian of the apartment. Now you might think this is just, oh look, it's a little white cat. No, this is a tiger. This is a tiger in a cat's body. This is the most muscular cat I've ever seen. He's definitely got claws, but he can leap insane heights and all that kind of stuff. But like, even when he walks, He even walks around the entire apartment like a tiger. Right now he's just on the hunt for scavenging for some food. But when I tell you this dude's got muscles on muscles on muscles, I don't know what they're feeding these cats in Venezuela, but god damn, he would tear even like the back muscles. He's always on high alert, but it's at this time it's like already like 2-3 a.m. so we're winding down. Oh, and I probably forgot to mention, we gotta head out like in a couple hours because we're actually flying to another city called Santa Marta, which is one of the northern coastal cities in Colombia that is known for having a lot of dope beaches.
I mean, when you got a smile like this, you really don't need a passport.
Oh, and before I forget, gotta introduce the last character of the episode. This is Joy. This is my other cousin. This is my Spanish sensei and one of my motivations for learning Spanish. We checked into our hotel and I'm sure the room was great, but I'm looking back at this footage for the first time and I didn't realize how excited I was to see the view, so I just dropped everything and ran to the balcony. And it was a really good view. You got a pool down there. We're in the midst of a bunch of skyscrapers or just like big, really big resort buildings. And they're still building. I think in a few years this is gonna look a lot like Miami. I don't know what he's doing in this video. I don't know. Some of us normal people try to enjoy the view and some of us not so much. So we start off the day, grab a light breakfast. There's like a small shop right outside the resort. Then, hey, you know what we're here for? We're here for that beach. So we head out to this one. It's super busy, but the weather was really nice. They had a bunch of these like areas with shade and stuff like that, but it was just that packed. We ended up finding some chairs and just sitting next to or laying next to the bar area. You know, you can order drinks, food, whatever. Have people playing volleyball and just enjoying the waves.
I kind of want to get near one of these things, but their beaks are ridiculously long. I do not want the smoke. I do not want the smoke.
A little bit later, we hit the rooftop of our resort, which has a super awesome pool and hot tubs. Like almost everywhere and everything here. Awesome view on the right side, as well as an awesome view on the left side. You honestly never get used to it, but you also never get tired of it either. Then we decided to head into town and try one of the restaurants. We picked one called Smokehouse. It was so good. I was in my big back mode. Bam, round 2. I was going back to back, just going crazy.